you said you were able to get the case through the court clerk's office without paying a filing fee, you're saying?
Well, received is how she marked it. And then she went in the back and called and came back and was able to accept it without a fee, because that was something I wanted to test.
And how did she, okay, did you give it to the court? See, you probably gave it to a clerk of a court. And
yes,
she
that's correct.
Right, she probably went back and spoke to the court clerk.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh,
and I used the letter that you used, you know. And the one thing I did put in here is that we did previously file another case in a different court, which was the U.S. District Court located in this building, for which we already did pay fees regarding a similar matter of our house and land, misnamed real property at that time claim, which our final responses were not answered and remain on the court record unrebutted as the last instruments filed in that case. And then I referenced it. And that's why I was denied the trial by jury.
So when you stylized it on your caption, you know, where you put your name versus the other party's name?
I put us as claimants, a man, a woman, the aggrieved party, claimants. And then I named 3 individuals as human wrongdoer respondents. One, Timothy Mayopolis, purported CEO and president of alleged Federal National Mortgage Association, and Gregory Wild, the alleged attorney of Tiffany and Bosco, and the Pat Schweiger, the purported realtor of the alleged Realty Central. And then I've added other wrongdoers, public servants, county employees, agents, state actors, unnamed at this point. I used your cover sheet. I put on the registered mail sticker in the upper right-hand corner because I wanted that to be the case number. She still put a file number on it.
That's okay. No, that's for your personal records. That's your case number for your personal records. That's the court clerk doesn't even recognize that or see that thing. And all she's doing, and like I said, when she gives it a case number, that's for their ease of their filing purposes. That's not your case number. You know, that's their case number. So they could recognize this. Because she takes the court clerk, all she does is assigns it a number, and then she assigns it to a judge. That's her job. She looks on a dock and sees who's busy, who's not, and she just assigns that case. It's their way to, you know, schedule out the cases to the judges who are, you know, who are available. And so that case number really doesn't have any power or any authority to determine what's actually inside that paperwork. You know, it's not controlling. It doesn't control what's in the document. It's just a number that the lady assigned. So there's no real great power to that.
Except when I looked at the docket, it's done as a civil rights case, and she specifically asked me if it was a civil rights case, and I said no, it wasn't.
All right. Okay, so you noticed that it said civil rights case, right?
Well, that's in the document I got back today.
That's fine.
Yesterday.
Okay. But all you have to do is make a very simple notice to the court and say to the court clerk, I believe that somebody filed it in error. I was filing, you have me on the wrong side of the court. She'll understand what that means. And I need you to move me over to the common law side of the court. I'm moving this claim under the common law. Try that.
I did that, actually, in the initial letter.
I didn't say a letter. Did you give them notice?
Okay. So give them a notice now. Okay.
I say write a nice sweet letter to the lady. You can make it say, notice, Sally, I believe you're the court clerk, and you are in charge and liable for this matter. Some subordinate within your jurisdiction, your authority under your control, filed this claim in error. They placed it on the wrong side of the court. I would like it to be moved over to the common law tort claim side of the court. This is a common law claim. This is a claim of trespass. Can you please move it from this complaint side to the claim side of the court? And she'll understand the difference between a claim side and a complaint side. She's not dumb.
Okay, because I did point out that trespass upon claimant's rights and bad faith were the declaration of wrongs. I kept it simple with that. And
Did you understand what? Did you understand basically? Well, like I said, what's good is you could. I'm going to save this show for you guys, and I basically just said it in 3 sentences and stop and wait for a response from the lady. Do not add anything else. Don't take anything away. Make it extremely simple, and wait for the lady to respond. All these women, all these court clerks, they all understand they are personally liable for trespassing on anybody's civil, statute, common law, or constitutional rights. They are all indemnified. They all carry insurance, either private insurance or insurance provided to them through their employer. So don't have to go silly on them and say, well, I know you ain't got insurance and I'm going to sue you and you better do this. And you better just re-listen to what I said so I don't have to repeat myself, because thank God this stuff is recorded.
okay.
And just keep it simple. So
Okay.
I hope that helps. You know?
Okay, well, it's a man in this particular case, clerk of court. So, and he didn't sign this letter, but that's beside the point, I guess. So, so notice to the court is what I need to do, that it's been filed in error on the wrong side of the court. We wish to move the claim over to the common law court of record.
Can you move it right? Can you move it over to, just say, can you move it over to the claim side of the court? Can you get it out of the complaint side of the court, and can you move it over to the claim side of the court? You don't even got to say, common law. They'll know. And if they try to play dumb and they say, well, what do you mean by claim? Well, like, you know, a personal injury claim, a trespass claim, you know, a claim. And then they'll understand. Because if you look at thank God this is recorded. You folks could go to a JS-44 federal cover sheet from when you file claims or complaints. And when you look on a JS-44 form, you're going to see under the 300 sections, it says tort claims. And then, like I chose personal injury, I check box 360. Now you're going to go over to the 400 section, and it's going to say civil rights complaints. So then you could pick something out of the civil rights complaint side if you wish. That's the menu. You could pick, and they always choose you 440, which is kind of silly. But that's what they choose you, because you're trying to say that, well, because of my race, my religion, my gender, my sexual orientation, disabilities, somebody did me wrong. No, I think they just did me wrong. I don't think they did it in particular. They didn't directly attack me because I'm a man or a woman or I'm Jewish or I'm gay or I'm in a wheelchair. They didn't directly attack me because of those reasons. They just flat out trespassed on my rights, and they administrated my property without any consent, permission, or rights to do so. Is the claim a personal injury?
Okay.
It's actually a personal harm, because personal injury means more to your actual tangible assets or property. So personal harm means to man. But that's okay. I'm not going to get into semantics right now. It'll take 3 hours to explain harm and injury. But I think you folks got the idea when you listen to this thing. You'll get it. Make it very simple.
Right. Keep it simple is a good thing.
Yeah. Keep it simple.
Is there a particular category for trespass, or just stick with the personal harm injury thing?
If you look at a JS-44 form, you'll see it says personal injury, which is about as close as it gets. So I just said, you know what? Personal injury, that's fine. You know what? That works for me. This is just the ease of the clerk of courts to file it. That's all. To direct it towards the judge who might be proficient at. They're not supposed to navigate it, but they'll say, oh, there's a personal injury claim. Oh, Bob's really good at that. Oh, this is a civil rights complaint. Oh, Susie's really good at that. Oh, this is a maritime claim. Oh, Joe was really good at that. They're not supposed to steer it. It's supposed to be like a lottery, you know. It's supposed to be first come, first serve. But the court clerks are pretty sharp. They know what judges are good and proficient at something and which ones are like have no clue what's going on when it comes to that aspect of the law, because there's so many hats these guys have to wear, depending on what. So.
And it has 2 magistrate judges, and I prefer, obviously we don't want judges. We just
want judges. You want judges. See, that's what's funny. In this country, we call the folks in the black robe a judge. If you go over to England, they're all called magistrates. And when you say, I don't want a judge in England, then they say, okay, you don't want a jury. Because the jury in England is called the judges.
Oh, I see. Okay.
For some reason, our schools and the legal society are double speaking us. They're messing with us. I'm trying to keep from cursing. They know the proper term is the man in the personnel and the court officers and the black robot magistrates. They're there to keep the courts running smoothly, say, wait, it's not your turn to speak, it's his turn to speak, you're out of order, you're going to be held in contempt of court, I'm the referee here. That's all the folks in the black robes are supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to be the jury, if you wish them to be your judges. So see, that's what I'm saying. I think, I hope shows like this are going to start having people understand this simple concept that the judges in England is what we call the jury. And the magistrates in England is what we call the judges. So they're messing with us. They are really just messing with us. And they're just laughing. They're like, these folks have no clue what they're talking about. But they're trying.
Yeah, in the prologue, I put, we now present and move our case into this venue to have our suit tried on, before, and by a jury for the judges, the jury of our peers, to render their verdict based upon the merits of our case. That's
good. That's really good. It's an awful lot. Just say, I wish, order, and demand trial by jury. That's it. Don't go funny on them. Don't start it.
Wish, order, command trial by jury?
Just wish, order, demand. It's like whichever flavor you want. Do you want to wish that you can grant me? I don't like anybody granting me anything. But you know what? I'm being polite the first time. You want to grant me? Grant me. If you don't, guess what? I'm ordering you. And guess what? You don't accept that order, well, now I'm demanding it. So I just put all three there. I wish, order, and demand. Instead of just saying, I demand, which is totally proper. They're not going to hurt their feelings, but they're human beings, like I said, and you don't want to make them seem like you're an arrogant SOB.
Mm-hmm.
So I just say, well, I wish, order, and demand. Because honestly, it's I demand. Because they're your servants, but like I said, I've been a boss at times, and I've had subordinates work for me. And I'm certainly not going to say to somebody, hey, I demand you go do that right now. I'll say, hey, you know what? I wish you'd get off your butt and stop drinking so much coffee, and I wish that you'd go back to work. And if he says, well, I said, look, now I'm ordering you. Get off your butt and get back on the ball. It's like, look, now I'm telling you, I'm demanding. You get off your butt or get the hell out of here.